Chapter 1: The Roots of Oppression. What if I told you that the foundation of America was built on stolen lives? That millions of Africans were torn from their homelands, packed into ships, and sold like cattle? The story of slavery isn't just history, it's the painful truth of how a nation was built on oppression. This is an introduction to Chapter 1 of Book 1, From Chains to Change Origins, the first installment in a four-part series that explores the full arc of the Black experience in America. This four-part series includes Book 1, Origins, Chapters 1 and 2; Book 2, Culture and Resistance, Chapters 3 through 5; Book 3, Power and Legacy, Chapters 6 through 8; Book 4, The Fight Today and Tomorrow, Chapters 9 to 11, plus Epilogue. To read the complete content of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, download Book 1 free for a limited time. The story begins with the transatlantic slave trade in the 15th century, as European nations like Portugal and Spain sought new wealth. They turned to Africa, not for trade but for people. Over 12.5 million Africans were captured and sold into slavery, fueling an economy built on their suffering. Some of these captives were seized by European traders, while others were taken by African rulers and warlords who engaged in the trade, exchanging prisoners and rival tribespeople for weapons and goods. Captured and shackled, men, women, and children were packed into slave ships so tightly they could barely breathe. This horrific journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage, became a floating grave for nearly 2 million souls. Those who survived the Middle Passage arrived in a land where they were seen as property, not people. The first enslaved Africans reached America in 1619, landing in Jamestown, Virginia. Over time, slavery became the backbone of the Southern economy. Laws were passed to ensure slavery remained permanent. By the late 1600s, slavery became hereditary, meaning a child born to an enslaved mother was enslaved for life. Imagine waking up before sunrise, knowing you'll be forced to work until the sun goes down. No pay, no rest, only fear. This was the daily life for enslaved Africans. Beatings, branding, and mutilation were common punishments. Families were torn apart, sold off to different plantations, never to see each other again. Women endured another horror, sexual violence. Enslaved women had no legal protection, and their bodies were seen as property to be used at their enslaver's will. Even knowledge was seen as a threat. It was illegal for enslaved people to learn to read or write, because literacy meant power. But no amount of chains could break their spirit. Enslaved Africans resisted in every way possible. Some fought back. From the Stono Rebellion to the Haitian Revolution, enslaved people proved they would not submit willingly. Some escaped, fleeing to the north, joining maroon communities, or blending in with Native American tribes. They risked everything for freedom. Some preserved their culture. Through music, dance, and oral storytelling, they kept their African traditions alive. Slavery didn't just disappear, it left scars that still exist today. The racial hierarchies, the generational poverty, the systemic oppression, it all traces back to this foundation of exploitation. But so does resilience. The fight for freedom didn't start in the civil rights movement. It started in the fields, in the ships, in the whispered plans of those who refused to be broken. This is just the beginning. Chapter 1 of Book 1, From Chains to Change. Origins is your entry point into a powerful series that tells the truth of our past and the strength of our survival. This is the story they don't always teach, but we will, because our history matters. To read the full content of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, download Book 1, From Chains to Change Origins, absolutely free, for a limited time. Discover the full story, the unfiltered truth, and the legacy that shaped generations. This is more than history. It's your story, your legacy, your moment to reclaim the narrative. Download Book 1 of From Change to Change now and continue the journey through our full chapters. Then follow the rest of the series as we explore the resistance, the rise of freedom, and the struggle for equality, one chapter at a time. Our past is not just a record, it's a roadmap. Every chapter of this series unlocks a piece of our shared legacy. Don't just watch history, experience it. Download Book 1 now. Begin the journey. Understand the struggle. Honor the strength. Be part of the change.